Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. We are back with the Just Our Imagination challenge, and as you can see, we had to use some eggs, a ladle, and a sponge. And of course, I'm throwing in terracotta teacup number 31. All right, I am showing you some other goodies that I'm going to be using here today, but we're just going to go ahead and jump into our first project, starting with this ladle. Now guys, I was in the final hour trying to figure out what I was going to do. I have just been crazy busy and my mind has just been overload, and I just wasn't really into doing any crafts. Like I was just, my mind was just so fogged. But in the final hour, this came to me and I wasn't sure if I was going to be able to execute it, but it came out actually really cute. I really liked it. So I hope you guys like it as well. So anyway, what you see here, I'm taking one of these bowls that you can find. It's 2 in a pack at Dollar Tree. Of course, the price has gone up now to $2, but I have this in my stash already. And so what I thought to make with this ladle or ladle, is it ladle? Yeah, ladle. You're the lady who. So what I decided to make with this was, I was like, I'll take a stab at trying to make one of the fall brooms or autumn brooms. If you're into Halloween, it could be a witch's broom, but I don't really do Halloween decor. I know some of you guys have asked me to do Halloween terracotta teacups, and I'm trying to figure it out because that's not something I really do on the channel. I did it last year a little bit, but I think I did one video. It wasn't even a little bit, just one video. But anyway, back to this project. So anyway, I am going to take some of this jute rope that you find at Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting it down to size. I may have cut it down. It might have been about 10 inches or so. No more than 12 inches, I know for sure, but I think it may have been around about 10 inches. And I just separated at the initial braid of the jute twine, and I just start going around. Now I was concerned because the neck of this was very small, and I was like, well, I don't know how I'm gonna do this, but I squeezed them all in there, you know, as much as I could. And so then as I was going, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna need something to cover up this clear base. Now I went with the clear bowl because if you can happen to see through this, which by the time I'm finished, and you guys will see the process here, by the time I'm finished, you really can't see, like it was little specks here and there where you can kind of see, but by this being a clear bowl, you can't tell that there's really anything back there. You know, I know because I know the bowl is there. But once I do that, I just start just like separating it like completely. And so it got really fuller than what I thought it would be. And so as you can see here, I'm just like really separating those strands just to really get that fullness that I was going after. And like I said, you can't really tell that the ladle's under there or the clear bowl. So it did get quite thick, which I was happy about, and I just decided to tie some more jute rope around that neck there of where the broom part of it, the, what is the part called, not the feathery part, the, you know, the bottom part. Anyway, I tied that off, still fluffing it out. Then I decided that, you know what, let's tie this together a bit more, and I'm just gonna take some thinner jute twine that I had. I think I got that from Walmart, or either I got it off of Amazon, and I'm just going to tie that around the handle part of the ladle, where it has the you know, the little hook, the little hole where you can hang it. I wanted to cover that part off. Now I do know some brooms do have that in there, but because we are doing this very rustic autumn broom, I didn't want that to show, so I just decided to cover the top of that. I did leave the middle part black, but it's it looked okay. It wasn't like, you know, I know this is not like that traditional fall broom that everyone creates. You know, I was working with the ladle here. But I left that part exposed. And so I decided to go in with one of these pre-made fall bows that you can find at Dollar Tree. I had that in my stash for either from last year or the year before. And I just put that on there, and literally that's it, guys. Now, the only thing to this, I do wish it was just probably a little bit taller, but given the item that we were working with, I was like, I was pleased with that. All right, guys. So we are joining in the Just Our Imagination playlist. This month's guest host is Carolyn from Craft Classy. The regular host is Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. I will have their information in my description box below, as well as that awesome playlist. So go by and tell the ladies I said hello. And I can't wait to see what they have for you guys. So for our next project, I'm taking some of that leftover jute twine, and we had to use a sponge. So I had this sponge in my stash. I use these for when I'm doing decoupage sometime. And so it was already in this circle like this, and it was yellow, and I was like, well, what do you do with a sponge? We couldn't paint with it, so we had to actually craft with it. And I just, again, guys, I really didn't know what I was going to do with these items. And so here I kept looking at it, and I'm like, what can you make? And of course, by being yellow and in a circle, the first thing came to me was a smiley face. The smiley face emoji. That's what I thought to do. So what I decided to do was a scarecrow emoji. Okay. Yes, a scarecrow emoji. All right, don't judge me, lovies. This is what my brain said to do, so I did it. All right, so I took some of these really tiny little wood beads I had in my stash. They were gifted to me, and I'm just going to use those as the eyes. So this is not going to be perfect by any means, guys. Keep in mind, we are using a sponge, okay? A sponge. So would I normally craft with a sponge? No, I would not. So, you know, so I really was at a loss of what to do. But this is what I came up with. So yeah. So next I'm taking some of this black jute twine, and I'm cutting it down to create a triangle for the nose. And he looked really angry with me by the time we finished this. Like, he had major attitude, but you know, I was here for it. I was like, dude, I'm working with you, okay? You're not working with me, I'm working with you. So if anybody should have an attitude, it should be me. So, you know, I don't think he was really digging that. And so he, you know, still had a little attitude with his eyebrows and all this stuff. But y'all see, we came together in the end. But it was a little, you know, a little back and forth during the process. I know I'm crazy, y'all, but y'all keep coming back for it. So what does that say about you? Love you, lovies. Oh my goodness, I have too much fun on this channel. All right, so right here, I'm trying to put the stitches in his nose, and I don't know, y'all, it just started looking like a little chicken. It was all over the place. Then the little hair I put on there looked like I put a mop head on him. I was like, I don't know, May, where are you going with this, girlfriend? But y'all know me, when there's nobody here to stop me, I just keep going. So hello, I kept going. So then we put him a little smiley face on here. I was like, okay, now we need to put some more stitches on his lips. And this is where it made him look really angry, y'all. Like, I mean, he was not feeling the stitched lips. But I'm like, dude, this is, you know, again, I'm working with you. You're not working with me. So lose the attitude. But, so right there, once I get that on there, I am, this is where I go and I start putting little crisscross stitches, which you really can't tell on camera. I don't know, because I'm telling y'all, when I'm looking at this during the voiceover, it just looks so tiny to my eyes, and I can't see as is. So I don't know, but just know that I'm trying to put stitches on his lips at this point. I'm just doing some major surgery here, and it was just not, it was not pretty, okay? But it was definitely fun. I had fun, you know, doing what I do, which is a hot mess, filled with shenanigans, overloads of shenanigans, but I just kept going, okay? So here we go. So I'm adding in some more stitching there, and I'm like, I'm sorry, boo. I'm so sorry, but this has to happen here because I need to use the sponge. So, and I'm sorry I left all this in, but I needed y'all to see what happened here, you know. And so yeah, okay. So we got that on there. So then I was like, okay, he's missing something now. And of course, it was like a million glue webs all over the place and his mop hair there. And so I'm like, okay, he needs eyebrows. So I gave him eyebrows, and this is where the attitude came in. And I was like, really? I'm trying to snazz you up, and this is what I get? The attitude? I mean, really? Seriously, though? I know. It was a whole conversation going on in this head of mine. And yeah, but there he is. See, he was not pleased with that, but it had to happen. It just had to happen. So once I stopped digging out all those glue webs and fuzzies and everything that got caught on the sponge, I'm going to go in with some of this orange paint to paint his nose, because I was still like, I don't think he looks really like a Scarecrow at this point. Did I call him a scarecrow or a pumpkin? I think I called him a pumpkin, but he's supposed to be a scarecrow, y'all. I don't know what I said in the beginning. Who knows? But anyway, he's supposed to be a scarecrow. If I said pumpkin, X that. He's not supposed to be a pumpkin. So then we're going to add his little hat on here. And this is where I'm like, okay, I think he's coming together now, because we're, covering up the little mop head part up there. I started to cut it down, but it was holding everything together. So I was like, you know what? Nobody's going to see that anyway. We're going to cover that up. And so, yeah. So that's what we're doing. So I get this glued down. And then, what am I doing now? I don't know, y'all. What's happening? What is happening? I'm straightening out his hair. Okay, there we go. He's cute. He's handsome. Aw. All right, what's going on here? I don't know. Fluffing, straightening him out. He looks like, I think I see a scarecrow. I see a scarecrow emoji. Remember, he's a scarecrow emoji, okay? So now we need to prop him up. I think I might actually set him on my desk because I do think he's cute. So I'm taking one of these little palettes from Dollar Tree. And then I'm going to take one of those larger tire tumbling blocks. And I just glued that down to the palette. Or I'm going to glue that down to the palette, I think. Yeah, that's what's happening. I left it in its natural color because it's fall, it's wood. I could have stained it, but I didn't feel like it. I really didn't feel like it. So I didn't do it. I'm going to glue him down because he needs some stability, because he's a sponge. There's nothing in here stable about him. There's nothing stable about me, but so it is what it is. All right, so here I'm going to take some of this raffia, and I'm just going to put some pieces around him. And again, nobody, no shoes, no nothing. He's just a scarecrow emoji. Okay, that's what he is, a scarecrow emoji. And I can guarantee you have never seen a scarecrow emoji on YouTube. Can guarantee it. But there he is, first and only. All right. So then for his hat, I'm going to put one of these paper sunflowers I had in my stash right up there in the middle. Nothing too fancy. Then we're going to take some embellishments here, and just to give them a little razzle dazzle, we're going to plant these right in that raffia there. Again, just a little razzle dazzle, nothing special. Add a little color to him, because the yellow, the tans, it's all kind of running together. So I wanted to break it up just a tad bit. Then I have these little mini ear of corns, and I'm going to put them, I think I put 2 or 3. I think I put 3 right there on the other side. And that is going to be it, guys. I think this came out too cute. I think it was a lot of fun. It was funny to me, because I had no idea what I was going to do with a sponge at all. Like, I was clueless. I just did not know. But this is what we came up with, and I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, so we're going to add in some more embellishments right here, and we should be moving on to the next project, if I'm not mistaken. And there we go with our scarecrow emoji. All right, and now we're going to move into project number 3, and I am going to apologize to you guys in advance, guys. I was not recording during a part of this, but this was like so simple. I can literally explain to you guys what I did. I took one of my wooden eggs that I had in my stash here, and I painted it in this antique green color by FolkArt. I gave it one coat. That's really all it needed. And because it was wood, it went on really fast and it dried really fast. Okay, it's a beautiful green color, very deep and rich, and I love it. So I went ahead and painted the whole egg like I was saying. And once I did that, that's where I don't know. I don't know what happened. I don't know. May happen. That's what happened. So I took some of this greenery off of this little sheet that I got from the 99-cent store and more when I lived in California, and I just covered the egg all the way around. So right about here is where I realized that I was not recording. And so I think I went to stop recording thinking I was recording, and then that's when I realized, like, okay, I'm not recording. But anyway, so I'm just covering the complete egg with these little greenery pieces, and we're just gonna make a little fairy garden bush or tree or whatever you want to call it, really. That's a little bush. Okay, so it's an egg bush, okay, or a bush egg. Let's call it a bush egg. It's a bush egg. A bush egg. I think it's very fancy. A bush egg. All right. Okay, so once we get that covered all the way around, now you could totally just cover this and it can kind of be like a bush, like an orb if you want. You can make multiple of these. It's like endless options here. I don't know where I was going with this, but this is where I ended up. So next, this is like a little egg holder. You sit your little eggs in when you dye them or whatever, after they're dyed. Anyway, so I decided to take our little bush egg and put it on top of there. And I'm just going to use some hot glue to secure it, guys. And I mean, literally that's it. Now you can definitely add in some pops of color here, maybe some colored beads or something. But I wanted to leave it as is. And that's our little bush. Okay, told y'all it was fast. I'm sorry. All right, so next we are to our fourth and final project, which is our terracotta teacup number 31, guys. Yes, we're gonna start out by taking some of this air dry clay. I do love using this air dry clay. I get it off of Amazon. I love it because it's very soft and supple, and it's very easy on my hands and wrists. It doesn't require a lot. And so I'm just taking it and warming it up. The more you warm it up, the softer it gets, the easier it is to use. And we're just going to roll out about 5 or 6 little mini marshmallows, guys, because we are going to make a hot cocoa terracotta teacup. All right, and for those who are new to this channel, we have been running a series of terracotta teacups where I take a terracotta pot and turn it into a teacup with a theme. We are on number 31. I can't believe it. We are on the road to 50. Okay, I let my lovies talk me into 50. We are on the road to 50, so we should be making it by the end of the year. But right here, I'm just painting it in that chiffon cream color by Rust-Oleum, as well as my burnt umber by Apple Barrel, and then I'm just doing some distressing around it. I don't know why I decided to do this. It was really late when I was crafting, but that's what my brain said to do, so I did it. It didn't take away from the project, but I don't know why I don't know why I distressed it, but I did. But don't forget, lovies, I am participating in the Just Your Imagination Challenge. I will have the host and co-host information in my description box below, as well as that awesome playlist. So stop by, guys. Don't forget, check them out, because who knows what these crazy ladies are going to make, but I know it's going to be awesome. So check them out and tell them May said hi. All right. So now I'm taking this little circular disc I painted that in burnt umber, and I'm just going to put that on top there. I just used some pool noodle to lift it up because I didn't want it to go down too far. Then next, I'm taking half of a macrame ring that I got off of Amazon. I got a whole pack of them. You can find them anywhere, though. Dollar Tree used to sell them. They might still sell them at some stores, but you can find them at Michael's, Hobby Lobby, or even Walmart. So once I get that glued down, I'm going to start spelling out the words using my little wooden letter cutouts. I'm going to spell cocoa on the bottom of the cup, and then you'll see at the top I'm going to put the word hot. So I'm just doing it kind of like an arch you know, fashion there. Starting with that C in the middle just to make sure I have it centered correctly, which I'm sure I did not because I'm me. But I kept going anyway. So once I didn't paint those either. I just left them in the natural wood color as well because I felt like, it just, I don't know, it didn't need to be painted, honestly. So then I go in with some of my brown color hot glue, and I'm just going to start going in a circular motion, you'll see right here, just to create that cocoa look. It was a little bit darker than what I wanted, but it's okay. It still served its purpose. It still gave the vibe I was going for. Okay, so I got that going, and then I think I did give you guys a close-up. Yeah, there you go. And so then this is where I go in and I add in the word hot. I thought it would be super cute to put them like as if they're floating in the cocoa. I thought that was so cute. I don't know. Don't know. I just decided to go with it, guys. That's what I decided to do. So I did it. That's just how I roll. And I wanted to give it kind of a whimsical, kind of a playful look, like, because they were not like standing up like perfectly straight. I don't know, guys. These are the things that go through my head, and I just go with it. You go with the flow, you know? It's easier that way. At least when I'm dealing with my brain, it's easier to go with it than to go against it. I hope you guys had an awesome weekend. I did. It was long and busy, but it was still a good one. So then right here, I go in and I add in my little mini marshmallows. Just randomly putting them up there, like, because I love marshmallows in my hot cocoa. I love whipped cream in my hot cocoa too. So I don't know, but the more marshmallows, the merrier, in my opinion. Judge not, and have as many marshmallows as you want. Okay? There you go. And there it is. So once we get those all down in there, I'm just going to go ahead and glue the little cup down. And this is a more of a smaller scale of a terracotta teacup, but I thought it was super adorable. So then right here, I decided something was needed on the front. So I had these little miniature bricks that I ordered off of Amazon haul, and I painted them chocolate to make them look like little chocolate pieces, because you can melt down like the little chocolate bars in your cocoa. Delicious. Oh, it's making me want cocoa even though it's like 1,000,000 degrees here. So I'm just going to put those right at the bottom of the little saucer there. And that is literally going to be it for this piece. I can't wait for you guys to see everything in the final reveal that's coming up right now, Lovies. So let me tell you about the Scarecrow, guys. I went to the antique mall, right? And as I was leaving, they had the sign that said free, right? And so they had all this stuff up there, and this Scarecrow was there. It was like $16 originally, and it was free. So I snagged that thing up. Along with some other goodies. And here is our fall or autumn broom, as well as our ladder that we made a couple videos ago, and I really love this. So you guys have to let me know. Like I said, I wish the broom was a little bit taller, but I absolutely love the way it came out. Here is our boujig. Okay, a boujig. You have to say it like that, like boujig, okay? Is a bougie egg. But it is our little fairy bush. All right. And I think it came out adorable. I mean, for an egg, right? And then here is our scarecrow emoji. I love him. I just love him. I think he is too cute. All right. He is not pleased with me at all. The attitude, I mean the audacity. Hey, I think he's absolutely adorable. And then here we are with terracotta teacup number 31. Now, also to my newcomers, after when I get through with the final reveal, I like to show all of the terracotta teacups we have created in this series thus far. So stick around for that, and let me know if you guys have a favorite. Let me know if you have a favorite of any of the items that that I created today. And always keep in mind, it's all about the items we had to use. Were they creative? Would you have done the same thing? What would you have made with them? them. I want to hear from you. And also let me know if you see a favorite terracotta teacup in here as well, lovies. All right. Hopefully I put the name to each one. I think I did. If not, that usually means that it's kind of self-explanatory. You know what it is, but knowing me, I may have forgotten, but hopefully I did not. All right, lovies. And don't forget, I am participating in the Just Our Imagination playlist. The guest host this month is Carolyn from Craft Classy. The regular host is Kathy Joe from Kathy Joe DIYs and Brenda from Rustic and Lace DIYs. Also, I will have their information in my description box below with that awesome playlist, lovies. As I mentioned before, go check out these talented ladies. See what they have created for you using these crazy items. I can't believe we have to use a ladle and a sponge. Just crazy, right? And an egg for fall. Who knew, right? But go by, check them out. Tell them I'll be over to see what they have for you as well. I can't wait to see. I love watching the whole playlist. I usually, after dinner, I get in bed and I turn it on and I just binge watch it because it's just so amazing to see all the different thoughts and ideas that everyone comes up with. And also, don't forget, let me know how you feel about the terracotta teacups you're seeing here. Do you have a favorite? Do you not? All right. And until the next video, lovies, be safe, be kind, and happy crafting your days away. Bye.